Hello folks, welcome back to the channel and this little video as I'm contemplating about the Meganex Superlight as I'm flying in the DA42, and I've got say intentions on, so apologies if you hear some air traffic control. If it gets too busy I'll just switch it off, but I do friggin' love say intentions. It's just very realistic and yeah, it just gives you that added sense of immersion, especially when you can talk to them. It's just madness. Anyway, yeah, so Meganex, it's crazy really, because as people are starting to receive their devices, there is definitely a love it or hate it crowd forming. This is a Marmite headset, make no mistake, and in some ways it's just a very frustrating device, especially when things go wrong with it. Shiftall really have not got their heads around making stable software for it, and it's down to the community and, you know, people like Sboy3 who's created an incredible mod which has its own interface now, and that's what I'm using today, and it just transforms this headset. Absolutely, it looks immense. In fact, it is still the best VR visuals I've ever seen in a VR headset. That's quite a statement, guys, especially when I've seen all of the major PC VR headsets out there. I have seen them all, even ones that aren't actually released to the public. I've seen a lot of VR headsets now, and this beats them all for me. I think that's the crucial thing here, is this headset for me is my absolute daily driver. I said it when it was first released, and even though the Crystal Super is a very close second, this is the headset that I always use when I'm not recording content and I'm just flying for myself. It's just epic.
617 cross time and at or above 10,000.
There is say intentions.
On at or above 10,000, JetBlue 617.
That's AI voices, guys. Insane, isn't it?
Now, apologies for interrupting my own video. Things have changed even more. The Meganex has now been completely modified to use a HTC Deluxe audio strap, and it's thanks to a member of the Meganex community, a guy called David, I think, who sent me a 3D print modification so that it actually fits directly onto the Deluxe audio strap. So now I've got integrated audio as well as even better comfort. Absolutely incredible. Like, I can wear this thing all day, no problems at all, and that flip up mechanism still works as well. This guy also has 3D prints for different headsets as well, so I'll leave a contact link in the description below if you want to check him out. We have so much talent in the community, it's amazing, and if you're watching this, thank you so much for sending it across. It's transformed the Meganex even more, and it's added that crucial thing that I love the most, integrated audio.
And if I can explain why I love this thing so much, it's because of the combination of this incredible form factor, 4K BOE micro OLED display. It is as sharp as the Crystal Super, but in a smaller form factor, and the colours are absolutely to die for. Like, I can't tell you how amazing just this looks right now, with the shadows being cast on the ground from the different cloud layers, and then you've got this beautiful blue sky forming above me. Looking out there at all of the lighting effects, and of course in MSFS 2024 the lighting is way better. Like, even here the darker patches of that sort of horizon, as you can see, like more overcast cloud, it just pops so much. And I can read this, I can read the most tiniest bit of text on these incredible displays. But the trouble is, there is a lot not to like about this headset. I said it in my full review video, and I'll reiterate some of these points. The lenses of the Meganex, well, actually I find them fine, they're okay, but they're not stellar. And funny enough, when I did review the Meganex, I was comparing it to the Big Screen Beyond version 1, which had terrible lenses, but now the Beyond 2 is out, it makes the Meganex lenses look, you know, pretty subpar now. And with that you do get some warping. Now thankfully, again with the Sboy3 modification, I'll leave a link to his channel by the way, because really, please guys, donate to Sboy3. He deserves every penny for the hard work he's put into this headset. Unbelievable. You know, I've donated myself and I urge you guys to do the same. It definitely is a lot better now, but it's still, you're not going to completely get away from the fact that it does have some warping on the edges, which does bother some people. It doesn't bother me. I've come from the Vario Aero and the Vario VR1. Sorry, not VR1. What was it called? The Vario XR3, sorry, that's the one. That had really bad warping
November 556.
in the day.
Quebec Squawk 7654, identify.
Just go out the cockpit here.
November 556, Bravo, Quebec.
Enjoy these views. I'm in the motion rig. I'm trying to talk very carefully and not move my head so that the VR image is not too shaky, because I am, you know, obviously recording with a very tiny headset on my head and my face moves, funny enough, when I talk. But look at that there. As we're getting into some sunlight here, casting from these little holes in the cloud, that image there is spectacular. It is really spectacular. Now, of course, one of the big drawbacks of the Meganex is the field of view is very, very tiny. Like, I think I'm getting around 95 to 96, somewhere around there, horizontal field of view. But it really isn't for everyone, you know, and it's one of those things that if, like me, you really enjoy MicroOLED with this form factor and it being 4K with 90 Hz as well, the refresh rate, it means it's a lot more comfortable on the eyes than the Beyond. With the fill factor and the panel, I've said this before quite a few times now, but when I look at the sky in this headset, it's the only headset that I've ever used where there's absolutely no interruptions between me and that sky. It's like I'm not really looking at a panel. I don't see any mirror, there's no screen door effect, there's no sort of anything really, it's just me looking at those clouds. And that to me is the biggest test of any VR headset panel, is looking at the background exactly like that when you've got lots of colour but also plain white sort of clouds, you know, where you can really notice if there's anything wrong with that panel, and it's perfect. And with the Sboy3 mod, you also get really, really good motion reprojection now. It is absolutely so smooth. It's as good as the Quest 3 Virtual Desktop SSW reprojection. Anyway, this is just a bit of a recap on the Meganex, and just to say that I am aware of the issues this headset is having. In fact, I've made a video about it a while ago now. But I'm sorry folks, but for me, my personal needs in VR, this is still my absolute favourite. It really is. It's won against headsets like the Somnium VR1 and the Pimax Crystal Super. It's crazy, isn't it? And the XR4. It just ticks the boxes for me, and I guess it makes sense because any of you guys out there that have followed the channel for a long time, the things I rave about the most this has, that is absolute clarity, fantastic OLED colours and great form factor, and motion reprojection, because this headset really has amazing reprojection. Those are the things I've always valued in a VR headset ever since the channel became a thing. And I've always said, if I could have a 4K micro OLED VR headset with motion projection, that would be it for me. And I guess that's what this is at the moment. Now, of course, we've got the Dream Air coming, which could be this, but with better lenses maybe a better field of view, eye tracking, inside out tracking, all the rest of it. So my advice to you really is to wait. Don't buy the Meganex, even though I'm telling you this is my favourite VR headset. Don't buy it right now. Wait until the Dream Air is here and see what that offers, because it's a very exciting time right now. And with all these VR headsets being released, let's just wait and see what happens once the dust settles. And I really am genuinely really upset to hear that there are people out there that are not getting on with the Meganex. But at the same time, folks, for me, this still is the best VR visuals I've personally experienced to date, and this is still my favourite. It is, absolutely, without question. It is one of the headsets, very few out there really, that really impress me every time I put it on my head. Anyway, that will do for this little ramble today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again very soon. Take care and bye for now.